Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's one of those times of the day, and I hope whatever part of the day that you are in, that you are having a great one. Welcome, people of the way. Welcome, tribe. Welcome, everybody. I hope that I say something today that warms your heart or a seed is planted in your heart. Y'all, today I am so excited about today and about this message because this is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. Today is Monday, the day after Resurrection Day, and they call it in the South Easter Monday. I guess, I don't know, maybe other people do. I don't know. I've never heard of that. I was raised in the North in Michigan, so I had never heard of an Easter Monday. And then when I got out of the military and moved to the South, and I heard them say Easter Monday, and I'm like, what is Easter Monday? And it was just like the Monday after Easter. Okay, what does it represent? Nobody could really tell me what it really represented. They just said it was Easter Monday. So for me, I said, to me, it equates to on the road to Emmaus. Okay, y'all, I'm so excited about the word today, because I'm going to entitle this On the Way with Christ, okay? And I'm going to read a few scriptures, and I'm going to tell you about it, then I'm going to read it because, it'll come out better reading, because I get so excited about it. Can you imagine having a Bible study with Jesus? I mean, because that's all they were doing. They were having a Bible study with Jesus, and he explained to them the five Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. That was the only five books of the Bible at the time, the Old Testament. The New Testament wasn't written. So anyway, he explained to them who he was through the scriptures. They didn't know who he was, and he didn't tell them. He had veiled their eyes, like put a veil over their eyes so they couldn't tell it was him. And he shared with them, about how Jesus was the Son of God and the Messiah, based upon the words of the prophet in the Old Testament, because the Old Testament is sealed and the New Testament is the Old Testament revealed, because the Old Testament is just fulfilling the New Testament. I'm sorry, it's just fulfilling the Old Testament, and it's filling who Jesus is, and he done filled every prophecy. All of them have been filled except one, when we get our new bodies. But anyway, so I'm going to read it to you out of the Bible. Luke is starting with Luke chapter 24, verse 13. And I'm going to try to make this quick, but y'all, can you imagine walking down the road and you're sad because Jesus was crucified, and then somebody start walking with you and telling you how he really is the Son of God and giving you your scriptures? And see, the Jewish community back in the day, as children, they had to learn the books of the Bible. They knew all those books by heart. So him telling them that he knew that. So him telling them about who he was through the scriptures, it warmed their heart and they were excited. I'm going to read this one verse that I got earlier today. It says, they asked each other, were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us? That's Luke 24 and 32. That's in my Grace for Today book. But I'm going to read you all the story, okay? Because I love this story. And here it is. It says it's heading on the road to Emmaus. And then, scholars don't say, who these two people was. But I always thought it probably was husband and wife walking back from Jerusalem, because they had been for the Passover and everything. Everybody, went to Jerusalem for the Passover. So I'm thinking it was a husband and wife, and that they were the Cleophas and his wife, because it doesn't say, and one of them was named Cleophas. It didn't say the other one's name, so I'm thinking it was his wife, because during that time men had all the prestige and women were very menial during that time. So her name is not mentioned, but I'll get that to the end about her. Okay. I'm going to do about her tomorrow. Okay. About women. Anyway, this is titled On the Road to Emmaus. That That very day, two of them were going to a village named Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem, and they were talking with each other about all the things that had happened. While they were talking and discussing together, Jesus himself drew near and went with them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him. And he said to them, "What is this conversation that you are holding with each other as you walk?" And they stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, named Cleopas, answered him, "Are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who does not know the things that has happened there in these days?" And he said to them, "What things?" And they said to him, "Concerning Jesus of Nazareth, a man who was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and rulers delivered him up to be condemned to death and crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel. Yes, and besides all this, it is now the third day since these things happened." The third day, y'all. "Moreover, some women of our company amazed us. They were at the tomb early in the morning, and when they did not find his body, they came back saying that they had even seen a vision of angels who said that he was alive. Some of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but him they did not see." And he said to them, and this is Jesus talking, and he said to them, "O foolish ones, slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Was it not necessary that the Christ should suffer these things and enter into his glory? And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them in all the scriptures of the things concerning himself." Now I'm going to stop there, and you all can finish reading how they ran back and excited. They done walked 7-8 miles after they found out that was Jesus, and they seen it was him after he revealed himself to them in the scriptures, and then he unveiled their eyes and they seen it was him. They so excited they took off running back to tell everybody, like, "We see Jesus, we see Jesus." I would be doing it too, y'all. I asked Daddy. I said, "Father, if I have nothing else in this world, you give me nothing else. My greatest desire, give me my heart's desire." Y'all know what that is? To look in Jesus' eyes. I know that may sound like, what? Yes. I dream, desire, long, pang, obsessed, possessed. I don't know what you want to call it. When looking in Jesus' eyes. Just let me look in his eyes. That's worth trillions to me. I mean trillions. Just to be able to look in Jesus' eyes. And you know what? My Father gonna do it. I don't know when, but he gonna let me look in Jesus' eyes. He is. Okay, y'all. I'm getting emotional now, and then I'm getting stuffed up. So I hope y'all have a happy Easter Monday. Go read the story. And then when I found this picture and seeing the two people, I said, this is, and I got so excited like I knew them. I said, this is them on the road to Emmaus. I said, this is Cleopas and his wife. And Jesus, this is the story. So it was like, I got to do that for Easter Monday, because to me, that's what it means. Easter Monday is the day that Jesus taught his first Bible study after his resurrection. Okay, I'm emotional. I love him so much. I'm so emotional. Okay, I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. I hope I said something that warmed your heart. And of course, I'm getting stuffed up again. But I love you. Jesus loves you. And Father loves you so, so much. Okay, I love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.